Okay, so right now we are going to solve and apply what we have learned about matrices and determinants in solving linear equations, or what we call numerical methods. So, systems of linear equations that have to be solved simultaneously are those that can be solved using numerical methods. It arises in problems that include several variables that are dependent on each other. A system of 2 or 3 unknowns can be solved manually by substitution or other mathematical methods. General form of a system of n algebraic equations can be written in A 1 x1 plus A 1 x2 plus A 1n xn, where n is equal to any number and that is equal to b's of 1. So, there are two approaches in solving systems of linear equations using numerical methods. First, we have the direct method. The solution is calculated by performing arithmetic operations with the equations or by using yung ating matrices. And we have iterative method. An initial approximate solution is assumed and then used in an iterative process for obtaining successively more accurate solutions. Okay, so what we will have to learn are the three different ways in solving, or the three types of direct method. So, we have the direct method. So, we have three types and how to solve for the linear equations. We have first using the inverse of a matrix, in which we have learned kanina. Then we have the Gaussian elimination and the Cramer's rule. Okay, so unahin natin yung inverse of a matrix. So, inverse of a matrix, example, we have a matrix here, yan, with the corresponding elements, yan, multiplied with the matrix X is equal to the matrix B. Therefore, A times X is equal to B. So, in order for us to solve for X, we can use the inverse of A multiplied by B. So, ganun lang. So, let's put it into application. Determine the values of x of 1, x of 2, and x of 3 for the systems of linear equations. So, we have this given: 2x of 1 minus x of 2 plus 3x3 is equal to 3. Negative x of 1 plus 2x2 is equal to 1. We have 3x of 1 minus 5x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 1. So, our goal is to determine ano ba yung values ng x of 1, x of 2, tsaka x of 3. So, we can solve this using the calculator actually, and you can use that to check your answers. So, our solution should be, put this in the matrix form. Okay, so, paano natin gagawin yan? Siyempre, this will be your column 1, column 2, and column 3. That will be your row 1, row 2, and row 3. So, we have to get the variables 2, negative 1, and positive 3. We have negative 1, 2, and that is 0. We have 3, negative 5, and 2. So, this is our matrix. This is our A. Yung A natin dyan. That is our A. Then, our X will be X of 1, X of 2, and X of 3. Yan yung mga hinahanap natin X. Ayan, so. And our B, this should be equal to our matrix B, which is eto. We have 3, 1, and 1. Yan, so. A, X, and B. Okay, so, our solution is easy lang. We get the inverse and then i-multiply it with B. So, this will be your practice exercise kung paano nyo makukuha yung inverse ng matrix. Ayan. So, example, nakuha na natin yung inverse ng matrix. So, you have to make sure ito yung makukuha nyo, ha. 4, 2, and negative 1. Have negative 13, negative 5, and 7. This is negative 6, negative 3, and 3. Yan. So, example, that is our, all over 3 pala. Example, this is our inverse na na-solve natin, kumbaga. So, meron na tayong inverse. So, yung gagawin natin is x is equal to the inverse of our matrix multiplied by b. So, therefore, imumultiply natin yung inverse ng ating inverse matrix. Imumultiply natin siya with these values. So, i-rewrite ko lang. So, yung nakuha nating inverse is, let's just take yung 1/3 muna. Huwag muna natin siyang i-fraction para mas madali siyang i-multiply. We have 4, 2, and negative 1. This is the same thing din naman. Kung mas gusto nyo i-fraction na siya, okay lang din. But for now, ganyan muna siya. Ayan. So, multiply natin siya with the matrix 3, 1, 1. So, this is your B. Ayan. This is your A. Okay. So, pwede siyang multiply because this is a 3 by 3 matrix multiplied by your 3 by 1 matrix. Okay, so imumultiply natin itong matrix na to, matrix A with B. So, this is a 3 by 3 matrix. This is a 3 by 1 matrix. Therefore, dapat yung makukuha natin is isang 3 by 1 matrix. Okay, so here, you can now write 1/3. And we have 4 minus 13 minus 6. And then we have to place 3, 1, and 1. Okay, remember yung multiplication of matrix. And then we have 2, negative 5, negative 3. We have 3, 1, and 1. And then we have negative 1, 7, and that is plus pala. Plus, and plus 3. Okay. So, now we arrive with a matrix. Dito na lang. So, our matrix is now 12 minus 13 minus 6, that is negative 7. We have 6 minus 5 is 1 minus 3, that is negative 2. We have negative 3 plus 7 is 4 plus 3. We have positive 7. So, eto na yung bago nating matrix. And using, and multiplying yung 1/3, pwede na natin siyang ilagay. We now have negative 7 over 3. We have 2 over, hindi nyo pala nakikita. We now have negative 7 over 3. We have 2 over 3 and 7 over 3. Ayan, so ito na yung 3 by 1 matrix natin. Therefore, since x is equal to the inverse times b, we can now say that x of 1 is equal to negative 7 over 3, x of 2 is equal to 2/3, and x of 3 is equal to 7 over 3. So, this is our final answer using the inverse of a matrix. Ayan. So, recall. So, in solving this, we put it in a matrix form with A, X, and B. And we have, okay, supposing na na-solve na natin yung inverse. Pero alam niyo na mag-solve ng inverse niyan using the AI method or the adjoint method. So, supposing nakuha na natin yung inverse of our matrix, now we have to follow this formula. X is equal to the inverse times B. So, imumultiply natin yung inverse ng ating matrix with B. So, now, tinanggal ko lang yung over 3 para mas madaling mag-compute. So, ayan, multiplication lang siya. Ayan, so from a 3 by 3 times 3 by 1, we now have a 3 by 1 matrix. This is the answer of the multiplication of our matrix. So, i-divide lang siya with 3. So, ayan. Therefore, we can now say that x1 is equal to negative 7 over 3, x2 is 2 over 3, and x3 is 7 over 3. So, that is for the inverse of a matrix.